Hello, Fur Tribe. Are you ready to rumble? Let's go ahead and win this shit. This is another Nevermore-athon video. If you don't know what Nevermore-athon is, it is a readathon hosted in April, based on the Wednesday show from Netflix. So if you like the Addams Family, this readathon is for you. I've linked the announcement video down below. If you haven't signed up yet, don't worry. I've linked the sign up form down below as well in the description box, so you can still do that. Please do, because it's way easier for me to tell you every week how many points each team has. Because we can win some points for our team, and one of the teams is gonna win. It's gonna be first. Right? Am I right? We're gonna do this. So today I am going to share with you my TBR, all the books I want to be reading in April for Nevermore-athon for the first. So this is the first bingo board. We're gonna read loads of fun books for it. The first prompt is buddy read. It's basically because, you know, we're a wolf tribe. We're a pack. And we're doing things together. That's what packs do. So for this buddy read, I am doing that with Rosie and with Kate. And we're gonna read Rainbow Grey, Battle of the Skies. And if you still want or need a buddy read, you can join us. It's by Laura Ellen Anderson. It is the third book in the series though. But they're fast. They're heavily illustrated. And I like these books so much. This is about Rainbow Grey. Or first she was known about Grey, because she didn't have any magic. But now she has rainbow magic, the rarest kind of all. She already needed to save the world twice. And in the third book, the villain from the second book is back. And we hope she defeats her for good. I'll let you know later. Then we also need to read a werewolf book, because you know why. You know why. For this I chose Wolf Song by TJ Klune, because it also has a wolf on the cover. I'm also doing Aurielium, and I need to read a wolf on the cover. Because originally I wanted to do another book, but I put it on audiobook, so it's still fine. But I'm gonna read Wolf Song. And I'm not sure what this is about, except that it is a boy that is abandoned by his father, and his father was abusive. And apparently there's a love involved, but this boy is from a shape-shifting family, and they shape-shift into wolves, so it's a werewolf. We're counting it. For a colorful cover. This is actually made for Rainbow Grey. But I already had this as a buddy read. And I want to fit a book in for every single prompt. I am not sure if I'm going to get through all of these. But I really, really want to. We're having loads of reading sprints, so it should make me read more than last month. We'll see. For colorful cover, I have The Mapmakers by Tamsin Merchant. This is a second book in the Headmaker series. This is about Cordelia Headmaker. And her father went missing on a boat trip. And in this book, I think we find out more about that. Because the other book was more about the maker families and the magical abilities they had, or their things had. It was about the Headmakers, and this is going to be about the Mapmakers. So there's probably a voyage with a map involved. I'm guessing. I'm not sure. But I'm excited because I love the first one. I would also like to read Legendarium. Please ignore that. I tried to read that last month, and it didn't work out at all. This is the sequel to Wonderscape, and this is about a video game. I started it, got so far in. I just haven't read last month. Okay, we're gonna try again. I have high hopes. I like this. I like the first one. So for a side character stealing this show, I'm not sure, guys. You all said I should read A Darker Shade of Magic too. I'll pop it up right here. don't even know the title, to be fair. I don't really want to. I didn't like the first book. I was a bit bored with it, to be fair. I don't feel like reading music, but also I want to do V swap in the body of the author, so then I have to read every book from her. So I have to at some point, so why not now? And you guys said the series gets better. So I am severely hoping that's true, because I didn't like the first one. V swap is a very hit or miss with me, and this was a miss. So we'll see what happens. But for now, it's on the TBR. But I reckon it's gonna be the last book I get to, because I don't really want to. And apparently I missed a prompt. Let me check that second. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I forgot one. But I have the perfect book for this. So, for a book about friendship, which is, you know, kind of important, I'm gonna read the second book in the Rules for Vampires. It's Goes by Beck. Because this is about a vampire that is befriended with a ghost that is actually her best and only friend. But those species hated each other for centuries. So it will definitely count. I absolutely adore the first book, so I'm excited to get to the second one. For a cozy book, I'm putting in Nooit Gedacht, which never thought of is the exact translation. But again, I think Never Never is better. It's by Latoya Morris. It's only available in Dutch. It's a Dutch writer, but it's a Peter Pan retelling. And since retellings are very cozy to me, and fairy tales are cozy to me, I put it in. And this is actually a sci-fi Peter Pan retelling. So what's up with that? You know? Even really believes that, you know, what her probably grandma ancestor is actually the greater. As her ancestor wrote in her diary, truly happened, that she is, you know, taken away by a boy to another planet. And she's gonna find something there, and she's not prepared. That's basically what it says. I don't know anything else. It's a Peter Pan retelling, so we can all guess how this is going. The ancestor is called Wendy. But it's a sci-fi. And I love that. I haven't seen much, you know, sci-fi anyway, but especially not in retelling. So I absolutely cannot wait for this one. However, also, I am going to try to weekly vlog. This is probably gonna be a disaster, because I haven't really been vlogging at all, and I haven't been reading. So I've never done weekly vlogging because my life is just not that interesting. So if I don't really read, this is gonna feel drastically. But I would love to do it for my first ever readathon I'm hosting. I would love to weekly vlog, so I'm gonna try. However, there are a couple of Peter Pan retellings on the list, because that is for a different vlog, because I do team vlogs. And I'm going to do a Peter Pan retelling vlog in the Disney series. Or the fairy tale series, basically. So I can't really vlog these Peter Pan retellings for the Nevermore vlogs. Which means I need to save them for the end. I want to save them for the end of April anyway, because the new Peter Pan movie is coming out on the 28th. And the vlog is gonna be based around that time. But I hope I have enough for the weekly vlog by then, and do a separate vlog for the Peter Pan, because that's what I really want to do. And on that note, we need to do a randomly selected book. And for Aurelium, I actually have to close my eyes and just point, you know, shuffle and point. I have two books for that, but they feel very different, because one is very thin, the other one not so much. So I'm gonna let my husband shovel them, and then I'm gonna randomly point, and that will be the one I got for randomly randomly selected book. You'll see that in the vlog. One is really short and by T. Kingfisher, so I'm sure I'm gonna love this. It's gonna be Dark Fairy Tale Ask. The other one is helping me out with the Peter Pan vlog, because it's a Peter Pan read. So I'm happy with both, to be fair. The Minor Mage is about a guy who only knows 3 spells. He's a very, very minor mage. Unfortunately, they have to save the world. And I'm also excited for it. T. Kingfisher is my favorite author of last year, so, you know, can't wait. And then we have Lost in the Neverwoods by Aidan Thomas. 5 years ago, Wendy and her 2 brothers vanished into her woods. She was the only one who returned. Apparently now there are more kids missing and she needs to confront her past. You know, a boy named Peter who she only thought she imagined. And she needs to confront the thing that waits in the woods for her. I'm really excited about this one. One of those 2 will be the randomly selected book. Then, for friend's recommendation, I could have gone with Wolfsong. It is a friend's recommendation. It's on my 10 recommendation from friends list. But what's also on the list, and I really, really want to get to, is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. This is a House of Usher retelling. That's my favorite Poe. And I felt it so appropriate. Because, you know, Wednesday loves Edgar Allan Poe. The whole Nevermore Academy is based on Poe. The Nevermore came from the Raven poem. They have the Poe Cup, which is basically the Edgar Allan Poe cup. And every team is called after an Edgar Allan Poe story. It's very heavily Edgar Allan Poe. You need Edgar Allan Poe to get into the secret society. He is everywhere. He is their most famous alumni. So I needed to read something connected with Poe. And it's gonna be What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. Because I have been waiting for this book for so long. But I really wanted to have it, to own it, and not just audiobook it. Because I might still audiobook it. But if I did that before I got it, I wouldn't get it. But my mom bought this for me. And I'm very happy with it. And I can't wait because I heard so many great things. This is probably one of the first I'm gonna pick up because I'm so excited for it. I absolutely cannot wait. Forget Loud Win an audiobook. I'm gonna put in Villains Academy because I wanted to read this for Werewolf Prom. You guys recommended it to me on Sprints. It looks absolutely fabulous. It's a middle grade about a villain school. And we follow this werewolf kid who goes there. It sounds fabulous. I want it. It's on audiobook. For my audiobook service, I'm gonna listen to it on Storytel. So, why the heck not? You know? But also, I might listen to some more Poe on audiobook. Just for the feeling, for the vibes, for the Nevermore vibes. And I really want to get through Poe. And I filled Poe Bootcamp. So, it's a good reason. But I'm not sure which other prompts they fit. And they're really short stories. So I feel kind of like cheating for my own readathon. But I would count it if you did it. Absolutely 100%. Somebody gotta need to read Poe this readathon. So I might end up doing that. For a book to cry with. And this can be happy tears, this can be sad tears, but I cry rarely at books. So if it just happens, words, but you know, if it happens, I will add it. But I put in The Dark Descent of Elizabeth Frankenstein because this is about abuse, I believe. It just seems like a dark book, which is a reason to cry. So I'm counting it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna cry, because I rarely do, but this seems a good book to cry with. So I'm counting it. If there is another book I happen to cry with, I will count that one. For a book like I'm choosing Saving Never Never by Abby Edelstein. This is her newest release. It is again a Peter Pan retelling. And I absolutely love Abby Edelstein's writing. Sky Song was perfect. It's my favorite polar fantasy. I love the Rumblestar, the Unmapped Chronicles. Companion novels is the word I'm looking for. I'm currently finishing off her other series, the Dream Snatchers, which I really enjoyed. So this is also the last Abby Edelstein. No, that's not true. There's one more on the list, but it's also on the list. They're the last two. I need to finish, and then I can do a ranking of the authors of Abby Edelstein, and I am excited. Oh, what is this about? It's a Peter Pan retelling. And honestly, that's the only thing I know. Let me see. The light wasn't a firefly, but a plump little creature with gold wings. Copper hair and a gown made from snowdrops. But fairies didn't exist, so it couldn't be. Could it? I bet it can. I bet you it can. Martha gaped at the creature, then she gaped at the boy and shook her head in disbelief. The boy puffed out his chest. Shall we get on with this adventure? Or would you like to admire me a little longer? So if you need a sexy character, the boy will do. I'm betting it's Peter Pan. And then we need to read an outdoor book. You can interpret it this any way you want. A book that you like to read outdoors, a book that's small because it's easier to take outdoors, or a book that's based outdoors. And I've gone with the latter. I'm going for The Tickety A Pet Begins by J.A. White. Because it's set in a forest. Also, that's the only thing I know. And that is J.A. White. And I really enjoy J.A. White's writing. So that's why I really wanted it. And Rosie bought it for me. Isn't that cute? So I'm excited to get through this. Oh, but it's a sinister magical debut. Oh, it says sinister magical. Do I need more? No, I don't. I'm gonna love this. Do you need more though? Probably. Let me read you the blurb. When Kara Westphal was 5 years old, her mother was convicted of the worst of all crimes, witchcraft. Years later, Kara and her little brother Taff are still shunned by the people of their village, who believe that nothing is more evil than magic. Except, perhaps, the mysterious forest that covers nearly the entire island. It has many names. This place sometimes is called the Darkwood, or Sidor's Realm. But mostly, it's called the Tickety. I'm in! And for a popular book, this might be a stretch, is The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik. I know people either love this or hate this, but I really liked it. So I want to read the sequel, and the third book just came out, The Golden Enclaves. So I might do that one as well. What is it with audio service though? Let me tell you. I read this, or I listened to this as an audiobook. And now the second and the third aren't available as audiobook on the same service. It is as an ebook, might I add, but not as an audiobook. Why? Why? And I'm pretty sure this was on Scribd and on Storytel, and both doesn't have them. The only one that has it is Audible. And I'm a bit not happy with that. Let's go for that. And I see that so many times now. Scribd and Storytel used to have everything I wanted except for the Disney books. But, you know, I see it more often that the first one is still available, you know, and I see that more, that the first in the series is available, but the rest isn't. And that's annoying. Why is that? I forgot the acceptance. So, we need to read a book with acceptance. And for this is the other Abby Edelstein. She has done this in every single book. That's why I love her books. That's why I love her books so much. And it's gonna be the Frost Goblin. I don't know nothing about this book, but this is the last book I need to read after Saving Neverland. And the first 3 sentences were something like, yeah, he never felt true with his family, but then he meets the Night Goblin and he might finally learn to his place in the world. If that isn't acceptance, I don't know what is. So we're gonna read this for acceptance. So, these are all the books I am planning to read in April. Let me open them for you. Is this realistically gonna happen? I don't think so. There are 11 books with also... Oh, I forgot the book about acceptance. There are 11 books and 2 audiobooks. So 13 books. I've done it. But it was last year. For the last time I did that. I have not been reading this year. I just, you know, got reconnected with my old hobbies again. So I have less time to read. And that's totally fine. But 13 is a stretch. But I'm really gonna try. Because I feel like I have to. It's my readathon. I have to. I can't let the first down, you know. So I'm gonna kick it up a notch. We have loads of sprints. The sprint schedule is linked down below, as well as the announcement and the sign up form. So I hope to see you in April. Bye, nerds.